The potent new Android box from Ugoos, the AM7, has landed. Welcome back to Whatbox TV, and today we're going to be unboxing this new device, which I'm very excited about. Not going to be a typical unboxing as you might expect from other YouTubers, as I like to add my own personal touch to these things. I shall be doing a review on the box after I've been playing with it for a few days. So if you have any questions about what the device can do and how it can perform, please leave those in the comments down below. Also, whilst you're down there, please slap the like button, subscribe to the channel so you get notifications of when the review comes out. And finally, a big thanks to Ugoos for sending me this device, although there does seem to be a minor issue with it in that it won't boot up. We are working together to sort it out, and hopefully we'll have this issue resolved very quickly. So let's power on. Ugoos' latest Android TV streaming box is the AM7. That's the top of the box. Looking at the first side, it tells us it's a media TV box for Android. On the next side, the contents state Ugoos AM7 IR remote, 2 dual band antennas, shouldn't there be antennae? A 5-volt 3-amp power adapter, HDMI cable and a manual. Nothing on the next side. The next side tells us there's an S905X4 Amlogic chipset. What a beast. 4 GB of DDR4 RAM, 32 GB of eMMC storage, USB 3.0, Wi-Fi 6, MIMO, multi-in, multi-out, LANs 1 gigabit. The second row tells us 3 times USB 3, excellent, 1 times USB 2, 1 times Type-C OTG, great, AV1 codec support, brilliant, and SPDIF, optical out. On the underside, the bottom of the box, the processor is the S905X4 4-core Cortex-A55 CPU, the Mali G31 MP2 GPU, 4 GB of DDR4 memory. Internal storage is 32 GB eMMC. There's no SD card slot. Android 11. Wireless connectivity is multi-in, multi-out. Wi-Fi 6. Bluetooth is 5.0, HDMI output is 2.1, maximum resolution of 4K at 60 frames per second, 3 USB 3s, 1 USB 2, 1 Type-C OTG, and then on supported video formats, I think the most important one there is AV1, and then all the expected supported audio formats. The power adapter is 5 volts, 3 amps, 15 watts. Taking the lid off the box, we can see the packaging inside. The device is in a protective wrapper, sitting on a black plastic tray. Removing the tray, we find the accessories down below. Those include the antennae, which, as you can see, I've fitted to the box. And top left there, we have the HDMI lead, which is 1.2 meters long, or 47 inches, more or less, 4 feet. There's a calling card with a link and a QR code to the English-speaking users' Telegram chat. On the back there's a link to the Russian-speaking group, and also if you open it up there's some information to help you with setting up the remote control. Next we have the power adapter, which is 5 volts, 3 amps, total of 15 watts as you can see on the bottom there. There's a pretty handy instruction pamphlet with details on how to connect the device, language and inputs, connect to Wi-Fi, applications, more on applications, internet, movies and games, using a smartphone, and Samba server, gamepad settings, Daydream screensaver settings, hardware monitor, and additional information. And finally we come to the remote. The remote's powered by 2 AAA batteries, and in the hand it feels really nice. It's nice and it's slightly rounded, it's good weight, has a nice feel to it, slightly matte finish so that it doesn't slip in your hand. A good solid tactile feel. At the top there you'll notice there's a couple of power buttons, a red one and a white one. You can make that right hand one learn your TV remote's power button, or should I say configure it to learn your TV's remote power button. Going down you've got the usual D-pad, up, down, left, right, and an OK button in the center, or select button. And then coming down to the next row you've got the back button, a home button and a menu button, and below that in the center we have a mouse button. You can turn the mouse on, and on the left and right you've got volume down or up. And finally below that the blue button is a microphone button. Just to clarify, this is a Bluetooth remote control. It's just the top right button that's an IR infrared learning button. Let's take a detailed look at the box. On the front of the box, I'm going to call this view the front of the box. On the left hand side there you can see a few holes. Those holes are there to allow the infrared receiver to work. because as you can see there is a clear acrylic cover on the box, top, bottoms and all the sides as well. So moving on to the side of the box, we've got from left to right, we have, first of all, we have an AV port, which is plug your headphones in there if you want. Next we have the SPDIF port for optical audio, and then next to that we have the 3 USB 3.0 ports. You can use these for storage, extra storage, thumb drives, hubs, cameras, whatever. Moving on to what is effectively the back of the box, we have the first port on the left hand side. There is of course the HDMI port. Next port is the 1 gigabit LAN, Ethernet port, Ethernet, potato. When I get to do the full review, I will be testing the speeds on this port just to check out that everything works well. Next we have a USB 2.0 port, and next to that we have a Type-C OTG port. Interestingly, this port can double up to be used as a power port, just as long as you have the 5 volt 3 amp delivery. And lastly, you have the socket where the power adapter plugs into the box. And on the final side, there are the 2 antennae and the power button. On the top of the box, we have the Ugoos logo, which when it's powered up, is like a pale pastel blue and a pale pastel turquoise. Not at all overbearing, not too bright. Even in a darkened room, it looks very pleasant. And on the bottom there is a ventilation grill, as you can see, as well as 4 little tiny rubber feet that keep the box firmly in position, not sliding around, and also lift it up a bit to provide an extra bit of ventilation. Additionally, you'll see 2 recess buttons, holes there for reset and update. So there you have it. I'm sure you must have some questions about this device, so drop them in the comments down below. I'm looking forward to bringing the review to you. Hopefully the small issue we had will be resolved very soon. We'll catch you when you catch us in the next one. Thanks for being here. Toodle pip.